Greetings. You are not created to live a promiscuous life. You have not been created from God to live a life of sexual immorality. You cannot live a life of sexual immorality and be satisfied, because God has not initially intended for you to be like that. Just imagine the sun. What the sun is doing, the sun shines every day. That's the job of the sun. God created the sun in order for it to shine. God created the moon to shine. So actually when we look at the creation of God, everything is planned well and is doing what it is supposed to do. And just like that, we, me, you, everybody else, we are supposed to live a normal life that pleases God. We are not supposed to live sexual immoral. Because if a person lives sexual immoral, that person will not be satisfied. If you are a man and you live in a promiscuous way and you reach the end of your life, you will never be fulfilled. Why? Because God has not intended you to live such a life. If you are a woman and you live a promiscuous life and you find yourself that you do not feel the way you're supposed to feel, cherished as a woman, that you feel you have been used, then that's because you are not intended to live a sexual, promiscuous life. So, and this is one more thing I want to say. Human beings are supposed to marry. That's a plan from God. God has intended for human beings to come together, and marriage is one step, one stage. After that comes the family, and the family grows and grows and grows. That's the life, the beautiful life that God has planned for all of us. Divorce is not in God's plan. That's why when people divorce, you don't feel happy. If you divorce, you will not feel happy. In the end of the divorce, you will never feel happy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this by force, and I know there are special cases, but I'm referring to the normal circumstances that a husband and a wife come together, and that it is guaranteed by all their relatives and all their family members that there is no abuse, no physical abuse, none of that. I'm talking about the normal circumstance, because the reason I'm telling this is that we live in a generation, in a society where such things are promoted. It's promoted and recommended for people to get divorced. It's promoted and recommended to people, young, old, to live a sexual, promiscuous life. And that's totally wrong. If you decide to live in such a way, then you will end up being not satisfied, you will end up feeling sad, you will end up feeling unfulfilled. Why? And I want you to know that that's the reason I'm making this video, is because you have not been created to live like that. That's the simple reason. The sun can shine, and no matter what, no matter the clouds, no matter the rain, no matter whatever we do, the sun will continue to shine, because God has given the sun the purpose to shine. So what you can do, you can live a life with purpose, because every human being has this chance. We have the free will to fulfill and live our purpose. That's what I wanted to say. Amen. And this is also one very important thing. If you think that living a sexual immoral life is right, it's wrong. Whatever they tell you, whether it's on the TV, because we have bad role models in nowadays society, whatever it's in the TV, or whatever it is through the music, or whether it is through the movies, or if it is through people, through pressure in groups, you know, it is all wrong when people try to convince you that living a sexual immoral life is okay. It's wrong, and it will lead to destruction. There are many things that can go wrong, physically, health-wise, and also emotionally and mentally, and of course purposefully, in terms of the life of a person, where I want to go, where I want to be. So it's the best thing for people who have been divorced to get back together. And I want to put emphasis on that again. There are special cases, okay? I'm not saying it is a must, but when you usually see two people fighting, and you know, hey, we can fix that. We live in a society, we can fix it. Let's all sit down and handle this. Then it is good to advise such people before they do such an act of thinking about divorce. Rather, they should sit down and talk it out and probably head towards reconciling. Because human beings are created like that. And I know it hurts to say that, but divorce is not fulfilling the life. A human being, if you are a man and you either divorced or you lived a sexual immoral life, at the end of your life you will never feel fulfilled, no matter what. A human being, a man, you can have as many women as you want. That will never give you satisfaction and complete fulfillment. Never. That's how it is. No matter how they portray it to you in the music videos or in the movies or in the society. Because you have to know, please listen, this video is for you to remind you that God is here, God is there, and that God has a clear mind about everything, and you too. These entire societies we're living in, they are absolutely on the wrong path. This is like a wake-up call. Don't feel ashamed to be yourself. Don't feel ashamed to follow God. It's alright the way you are. You are an individual and you have a clear mind. And you have a sound mind. So please do not engage in these things. Because whether you are a man or a woman, living sexually immoral, being guided in the wrong way, is always very destructive, and it will lead also to emotional disturbances between societies and inside of the society. It's never a good thing, and I hope that this could help. Please, I want to say it again, it will never satisfy. You can compare it to a person who is giving himself a deadly drug, for example like crack. People might say, oh, it's a wonderful experience, it feels so high. Yeah, they're high. But you have to remember, the person who's selling that drug to that other person knows how detrimental it is to that person's life. So just remind yourself, it is the devil who's advising you to live such a way. And he knows that it will destroy you, it will kill you. So please don't do that. You have a life, you have a purpose. And just like it is with the drugs, after a while they will make a person become addicted. And that's also one particular part we have to address, because addiction is very, very dangerous. An addiction can cause a human being to lose the compass of valuing the correct things. Meaning, if a person is addicted to a drug or to whatever, that person might, instead of using the using the money that he has to buy food in order to feed his body, he would rather trade that money for the drugs that will destroy his body. So please, this is for you to know that whatever they tell you, it is better for you to live an upright life together with God. And you can do it. You can do it. It's not even hard, it's very easy. It's just a decision. And God will help you, and pray to Him. I hope this helps the society. Amen. And the very last thing I want to say about this, just be honest to yourself. Just try to, for one moment, blend everybody else out. Blend all your surroundings out, and just think about yourself. What do you want? Do you really think you are happy when everybody says it's cool for you to engage in forbidden sexual activities? It's not that cool. And it will lead to destruction. It's as clear as that. Human beings are not created to live sexually immoral. That's how it is.